Hello, everyone. Welcome to How to Trade. I'm Shane Vernier, and this is Tick Scalping. And today we're going to sort of do a variation on a couple of different strategies. And our goal is very simple. We want to rack a few ticks. Now, this is an approach that I use. I've been using it for a long time. And the idea is to take small profits and build them into much larger profits and reach your financial goals by taking small profits repeatedly. We've got some real short-term compressed strategies that we're going to go through here today. But I do want to start off with a couple of trade ideas that we've been covering for a long time. So Mark Corp, Tick Scalping. I better load on the coffee. Yeah, this is going to get pretty intense. Usually these things happen relatively quickly. We're in and we're out. We're in and we're out. We're in and we're out. Hopefully we get some setups. Ideally, you need a more active time to be doing this. Mid-session's not necessarily the best, but we are going to get after it and see if we can get in there and make a few trades. I'm pretty good at finding trades. I think we're going to do just fine. Universal, good to see you over there on YouTube. Dibble, always a pleasure. All right, guys, I want to start with a trade follow-up. This isn't a tick scalp, but we do need to address this because this would be the elephant in the room. This is a trade that I've been watching for a long, long time. We're looking for right around 27.50 as being really the intermediate term top of this gold market. I'm not calling the top. I'm just saying there's going to be some sellers up there, and right now we're starting to see price get right into our level. So let's go ahead and get out to price action, and this is our chart, 30-minute chart. You can see this zone right in here. That's going to be our short zone. So we were talking about short and 45s. We're pretty much already short in this trade. So definitely want to be watching this gold market closely. There's a lot of pressure going on. There's a lot in the market that's sort of, it's not really baked in, but there's a lot of angst. Bobby Bob, good to see you. There's a lot of angst. We're talking about a situation where we believe, and I'm not going to even go into sources. I don't have any important sources. I will tell you that. If I did, I would just tell you. But I'm watching the news cycle, and I'm watching a lot of different outlets, a lot of them. I'm watching liberal outlets. I'm watching conservative outlets. I'm watching patriot outlets. I'm watching international outlets. I'm watching all of them. And the consensus is you're going to get a strike from Israel against Iran, and it's going to be before the election. In my opinion, if that proves true, and right now the market's pricing it, you're going to see gold keep going up. We don't know the size of the scope. We don't know what the retaliation is going to look like. It really is none of our business. But what we need to do is understand exactly what's moving the gold market right now. It's not the dollar. The dollar index is flat again today. You're seeing geopolitical activity and political uncertainty move gold higher. You've also got another huge event going today. Let's just cover this right now. We'll get to the tick scalping. This right here is huge. Russia pushes New World Order agenda as it hosts beefed up BRICS summit. This summit, the BRICS nations, we're going to unpack it a little bit more tomorrow. But remember, the BRICS countries, they want to make their own currency. They want to ratify something that's a BRICS type of a currency. A lot of folks believe the gold's going to be the basis for this. Now, I'm not going to go on and try to even say what exactly these folks are thinking about, but I will say that gold is on the rally. It's rocking north. I was looking at some gold futures trades earlier today. We're seeing gold futures rally towards really a significant top side today of about 1%. Silver is the big one, though. So right here, we're looking for some price action, maybe to step in and get a little bit of compression, but we are trending right now. Right there's 27.47.50. That's a pretty good short. If you're not already short, just remember, we're not going to wait around. If this does get swept up, we're looking at risking about $10 here. So if it gets swept up here at 55 and we break, we've got to get out because there's no limit to how high this thing can go. There's no rules when it comes to trending markets. They can go absolutely as high as they need to go. And right now, nobody knows what gold's worth. So we're watching that relatively closely. I think that that's a big trade, and we'll see what happens. If we take that initial pressure, which I think we should be able to take and get a little bit of a retracement, could be in very good shape. Now, one thing I want to also point out, this is gold. This is my gold futures chart, and this would actually be a pretty good example of my first tick scalp. Now, a couple of things to remember when you're tick scalping. You need an entry point. Now, you can use whatever strategy you want, but remember, the goal is this. We're not taking positions. We're not looking to call the tops and bottoms. We just want a little bit of price action in our favor. So what I'm going to do right here is we're going to go ahead and we're going to load up two gold futures contracts. I have a top or upper range number. My range numbers are sort of a projected range for the day. You can see my first range number was absolutely beautiful. We broke above yesterday's high. Got a great sell right there. Came back down. Now we're looking to get my second range number of the day, which theoretically should be the top of this market. Now remember, gold futures, we're pricing gold into December. That's why it's different from spot. Right now, spot is quite a bit cheaper, right around 27.47, and we've got 27.61 in December gold futures. So right here, this is going to be our trade. 2763.1 is my upper range number, which means we're right here. I'm going to go ahead and step up and sell 2763, and that's going to get us in a decent location here. Let me go ahead and just each one of my charts seemingly is different. It sort of shows us, well, it shows me something a little bit different. That's our order right there. There's our sell limit order. We're going to step up. We're going to look to sell our upper range number, which is right up there at 2763. Now, what am I thinking mentally? What do I want to get out of this trade? I want a small number of ticks. I'm not looking for 25 or 50 or 100 ticks. I'm not looking for that great big trade that we have outlined, that sort of short-term position in gold. What I want to do is I want to get a nice follow-through. I want to hit my letter, right? Hit my number, 2763, and then I'm looking for about 5 ticks. I don't want to wait around. The idea here is to rack a small profit quickly. Now, on the flip side of that, if this does break up against us, we're going to let it sit there for about a minute maximum. And if we don't see good price action, then we're going to look to exit. So hopefully we just didn't miss our entry. You can see right there, you're starting to get a little bit of bearish price action. That's what we're looking for right from an upper range number. I think we're going to get it. We're only about 27 pips off of there, something like that. I think we're going to get that relatively quickly. So the other thing I want to cover here is going to be the trade idea we put out on silver. Silver's absolutely rocking north. It's up almost it's over 3% now. This is a big time market. Really plays to that safe haven type of narrative. You'll notice the trade idea that I put out earlier today. I had my Fibonacci anchored at 35 up here. Now, it's not necessarily because that's where the top of this market is. That's just where I think that we're going to get potentially a pullback. So what I want to do is I want to be ready. Now, the way that I would be ready is sort of project what's going to happen. And if it happens, that scenario unfolds, we stutter step maybe come back a little bit off of 35, then we're looking to bid. Shane, why didn't you bid 38% there? I'm not interested in that. I'm not even interested in 50% really. What I want is that big round number, 34.25. That's what I'm looking for here out of silver. I think any opportunity to bid this thing, you've got to bid it just because we're in this is a 4-hour chart, but if you do take a look at just your dailies, this has been an absolutely rocking trend. And if you got long silver, I know we had a trader in the room that was kicking himself for getting out of the silver trade. Well, I mean, we really didn't know you're going to get the huge rally until the last 3 days. That's a huge one, absolutely huge one. So be careful there. If in fact you're thinking of taking a short there, silver, I would much rather take a short against gold than silver. Silver's not at all-time highs yet. Gold is. Maybe we can get in there and get it overbought. Silver looks to me like we're going to $40. I mean, big picture. I mean, we can't use a daily here. Let's use a monthly, but big picture here. 2012 levels. Look at this stuff, guys. Right there, 2011. Went up to 48. I think that we're going to keep rocking higher on silver. I think that if you're a silver investor and you bought in this year, you did very well, and I want to congratulate you. I think that's fantastic. I love to see people make a little bit of money in the markets. All right, let's get back to really our look at our tick scalp. Okay, we're just a little bit off there. Let's go back to our gold. All right, look at the heat is on. There's no two ways about it. The heat's on, but if you don't like it, get out of the kitchen. Well, that's the old saying. I mean, you're going to take heat when you trade. If you don't feel like it, don't trade. Okay, right there. There was our spike high on the 5-minute, and now we're coming back down, and it looks to me like, man, we got something, maybe a little bit of exhausted price action there. Remember, our profit target's big on this one. We're looking to hit the home run, and we're looking for this thing to come down, about $20. So if we're going to put our profit target on the chart, it's going to be somewhere right in there at 25. It's a big trade. Big trade. That's a big one. If you wanted to take 35, you could certainly do that one. I think you got a pretty good shot at that, but right now we're just going to sort of sit back and wait. If we wanted to tick scalp here, we could easily do a Fibonacci retracement on this 5-minute chart, and that would give us a long entry. Remember, these position trades, these are going to take a little bit of time to iron out. Right now, the short-term trend is very strong on gold, though. Watching it closely, it has everything to do with BRICS and uncertainty right now, specifically 2 weeks out of the U.S. election. All right, I want to start there. Let's go ahead and sort of talk a little bit about what tick scalping really is, and then we're going to get into more trade ideas. We're going to trade a 920 EMA strategy, and then we're also going to adapt that Piranha to a NASDAQ 1-minute chart. And so get ready, buckle up. We're going to see if we can't make a few bucks here. Okay, if you need a place to trade, switch markets, one-stop shop. You've got all your commodities. You've got your CFD products, stock CFDs, Forex pairs, whatever you'd like, really whatever you'd like to trade here. Remember, Tuesday through Thursday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, pedal to the metal. We're trading our plan. We're aggressive. We're trying to build the account. Full disclosure, today, I wasn't as aggressive as I needed to be early. I didn't have my mindset right. Still feel pretty good. I still see some big trades on the board for us. But as far as my mindset, wasn't where I needed to be early, but that's okay. Still got the rest of today and Wednesday and Thursday to make a stack of money, and that's the goal. That's the goal. All right, guys, we put 2 YouTube videos out, and they sort of go hand in hand. You can see not many people have watched them. If you're interested in learning more about tick scalping, go ahead and check it out. That's on that How to Trade channel. And also the key levels in trading. If you've missed that one out, that's a pretty good video too. It really tells you all about big round numbers, natural support and resistance, and that's exactly the trade that we have going right now in that gold. So we're watching that relatively closely. But these 2 videos, not too bad. If you like them, that's great. If you don't like them, that's okay. There's something on there. We have Connor's made a ton of smart money concept stuff out there that you may like a little bit better, so feel free. Remember, scalping. Why are we going to scalp? Reduce systemic risk, minimum capital outlay, statistically quantifiable results, and it's action-packed. We're going to go, 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 go. Now, what do you need to be successful? Yesterday, you'll notice that our live stream was lagging, and it drove me crazy because I didn't know how long it was lagging. Dr. Dre, good to see you. Sorry, not Dr. Dre, Dre Day every day. Good to see you. See, my head's still in the 90s. I'm thinking Dr. Dre. In any case, low latency market access, you've got to have it. Yesterday, my stream was lagging a little bit because my internet was fouled up. A lot of internet outages these days. Definitely use a speed test mechanism. Find out how fast your internet really is. You need to have it as fast as possible. That can really help you. But don't worry, it doesn't have to be super fast. It just needs to be reliable. Can't cut out on you all the time. Minimal slippage. What we're looking for is good deep markets. Lots of players in the market so we can capitalize on price action. We need low commissions. If you're trading futures, the lower the better. The lower the commissions, the better. And you also need consistent volatility. And that is it. If you've got those things, then you can scalp. So remember, low systemic risk, minimal capital outlay. That is why we scalp. Okay, let's get down to business. Here's our NQ. You can see right here we've got sort of a Piranha type of a strategy. We're just going to start off right here. What do I want to get done here? I'm going to look to buy that lower Bollinger Band, and we want to go ahead and get this down here. Now remember, what we want is real small profit targets and stop losses. That's the idea. That's the idea. So right there, we're going to go ahead and buy our limit order, and it needs to be right on our lower Bollinger Band, which is going to be down there at 24.90, somewhere in there, 24.90.75. And let's go ahead and put the limit order down, and that's going to be our trade. Now remember, if you don't know what the Piranha is necessarily, that's okay. Check out our trading academy. Okay, right now we bought the market. We've got a real tight stop loss down there. Okay, right now we're out. That's tick scalping. We're out of the market right now. Now, what happened? We have a 1-minute chart. As soon as our 10 tick limit got hit, we're out. We're gone. So right now we're minus 10, but we're looking to get back in, maybe with a little bit of meaning here, hopefully, in a bit. Ivy, can I please have your views on oil? Absolutely, Ivy. I'll cover that towards the end of the session. I did a little bit of crude oil trading earlier today. It was a lot of fun. In any case, right here, we just got taken out. Now, why did we get taken out? Because we don't want to get caught in a trending market. We just ripped the Band-Aid off, and we took our stop loss. Now, you'll notice I've adapted this Piranha. I've adapted it to a 1-to-1 risk versus reward ratio for this NQ strategy. I don't recommend tick scalping and laying any more than a 1-to-1. Now, this is an adapted version of the Piranha. Connor traded it earlier today, and I wanted to make a few trades on this futures contract just to sort of show you how it's going. So we took it from a 5-minute duration down to a 1-minute, and right now you can see we lost right there. Now I want to get up here and I want to be selling my upper Bollinger Band. So what's my sell here? Limit order is my sell. We're going to go right up here somewhere to 25.03 1/4, and that's going to be our number. So right there, 503.25. That's going to be a sell. Remember, our take profit is going to be, let's see, what do we got? 8, 8, and 12. We don't want that. We want to go ahead and just go with a flat 10 to 10, and we're either going to hit it or we're not. Now, the idea here is that we want to get above a 50% winning percentage. If we can do that, we're going to have a chance to succeed with this strategy. So right there, sell limit order right there from our upper Bollinger Band, our 1-minute chart, and we're going to go ahead and throw that in the queue and see what happens. Now, remember, this is fast and furious. Sardar, good to see you, Sardar. This is fast and furious trading. There's no two ways about it. Right now, we're down 10 ticks plus commissions, so we've got to make a little bit of money somewhere along the line, and we're going to need trades to do just that. So we're watching this closely. Remember, we've got to stay right on those Bollinger Bands, especially when we took it down to a 1-minute Bollinger Band. Remember, this is going to be fast and furious. You're going to need to be able to have really constantly adapting your entry point with that Bollinger Band. And what we want to do here is we want to bring our limit, our order is going to be right down around there, somewhere in that neighborhood. And then we also want to make sure that we line up our stop loss so we're in the same neighborhood as well. So remember, I'm just eyeballing this. Be as precise as you can. If you want this kind of lifestyle, it's hard. I'm telling you right now, scalping's hard. Gibson, good to see you. Gibson, welcome. Yeah, if there's any questions at all, be sure to ask. I'll do my best to answer. But scalping is very, very high. It's high impact. It's fast. It's fast. It's fast. It's fast. Thank you, Gibson. Good to see you too. But in any case, right there, that's going to be our entry point. We lost on our buy order here, so that means that we have to evolve and sell the top side of our Bollinger Bands, and that's all according to the Piranha strategy, Mario Singh's Piranha strategy. If you saw Connor's live stream earlier today, he went through the strategy for you. So we're just sort of adapting that to a futures contract that I think is a pretty good time of day to be doing this type of strategy, specifically using an equities futures. We're not really trending, and that should be a pretty good opportunity here. So let's just go ahead and leave it at 150. That's, I believe, that's going to be like 12 ticks, something like that. We're in that neighborhood, about 12 ticks. So we'll see if we get elected here soon. Okay, the other strategy that I wanted to go over here, Euro USD. All right, Euro USD. This is a good look at our RSI. This is a 920 RSI. All right, 920 RSI strategy. We also had a video on that as well. Go ahead. We put a short out on the 920 EMA strategy. Go in there and see if you can find it. It's on our YouTube channel as well, and that can get you up and running. So right here, what do we want to do? Our RSI is confirmation. We sort of covered this yesterday. We were in oversold territory. So right now, I'm trading a Euro USD 1-minute chart. I'm waiting for this crossover. As soon as we get this crossover, this 9's in red, 20's in blue. As soon as we get this 9 to cross over our 20, we're in overbought, or we were in overbought territory. I'm going to buy the market on a bullish close, just as soon as we cross that over. And that's going to be that trade. Now, you'll notice one thing that I'm doing scalping-wise, I'm jumping around to a lot of different markets and a lot of different trades. Remember, you are going to need trades. You're going to need trades. If you're going to tick scalp, you need to be executing 20, 25 trades a day. The idea is to build a nice winning percentage and get those small number of ticks and be in the market and be able to profit that way. Right here, we're going to go with a take profit, something like this. Now, I'm not going to execute this order. It's going to be more of a market order, and we're going to have that ready to go. Now, I'm really only going to be looking for a take profit of about 3. You'll notice this swing low right here. Swing low is down there at about 108.02. So if we do break above that, we're probably going to be buying up around 6s, somewhere in there. So if, in fact, we wanted to maybe adjust this up to 4 or 5, we could. For me, I would be just fine taking 3 off of a 4X pair. I think that could probably be a pretty good trade for you. But we are going to have to align our stop loss with the current market dynamic. Let me see. Gibson, I've tried scalping in 5-minute time frame, and I've been losing. Any advice? 5-minute time frame's hard. 5-minute time frame's hard. I use it sort of as guidance in U.S. oil, WTI crude oil. If you're going to use it, what kind of strategy are you using? Got to be careful with a 5-minute, because a lot of times our 5-minute bars get too big, and so our risk really doesn't sort of complement the reward. We've got to be able to get what we're going to get out of these trades, and it's got to be at least what we're risking. And a lot of times the 5-minute chart, at least say on WTI crude, or say even on our NASDAQ charts, those things can be really big. The bars can be really big, and that means that we're going to have to bet more. I would recommend either going to a shorter time frame or a longer one. I know that sounds obvious. Personally, I like trading long-term anchor points on short time frames, but if you're scalping the 5-minute chart, if you're doing it on Forex, odds are you're probably running into real flat markets. Right now is a pretty good time to be trading something like the Euro USD. We are seeing good volatility and good participation, so we want to be in there. All right, let's take a look at our NASDAQ. All right, right here. What do we got? Well, we already missed our trade. That's unfortunate, but that's how fast it is. And that right there is really a good thing to show you guys about scalping. A lot of times, if you take your eye off the ball, you miss a trade. We should have got that trade. That hit our upper Bollinger Band perfectly. We should have got that. See, now we're just sort of really going. This is fast, guys. You got to be willing to really put the time and effort in. So right here, it looks like we're going to get a sell. We should have got that sell, but we didn't. And then once again, that's going to skew your profit target. So if you're going to do this, you need to be able to get price action. So right here, looks like we're going to get swept out again. Well, maybe not. Okay, now price is going in our favor. We need to get down there and see if we can't hit our profit target here. Right around that zone, we've sort of got it set up at 160. We could bring that up a little bit, maybe to 120, somewhere in there, 130. But that should be our profit target. That's our trade. Can we get price action to follow through and really respect what we're trying to do here with our strategy? Now, it's very, very tight. Okay, we're out. It looks to me like we're out. The trade broke against us, and now we're going to be in a precarious position. Because we missed the last trade, we're now down 2 trades if we get stopped out. This is where scalping really is going to test your mettle, all right? We're down what, roughly 20 ticks. We should be even. But because I started messing around on the other chart, we missed our trade. If you're going to tick scalp, you've got to be glued to this, and you've got to get all those trades. We should be even right now. Instead, we're down 20. All right, so what's our trade now coming up? We've lost 2. We should have won that one. What's our trade? It's going to be a buy. And this is essentially what you're going to do with this piranha. You're going to go down here. You're going to be looking to buy market. You're going to want to go with a limit order, and you're going to have to buy that lower Bollinger Band. Take profits 10, stop losses 10, and right now we're 2 trades off of the lead lap. Can't miss trades, guys, if you're going to scalp. Absolutely, Gibson, you're welcome. Let's see. So right there, let's go back to the Euro USD, see how we're doing here. We're not quite ready to go live on this trade here, but I do feel like we're going to have an opportunity for a crossover probably in the next several minutes. So that could be an interesting trade. But right now, the downtrend there out of that 1 minute, take a good look at what we had back here. Nice RSI confirmation, real nice RSI confirmation above our overbought territory, which is above 70. And then right there, you got that sell, and you've been riding that trend all the way down. So if you got short from up there, about 108.10, somewhere in there, you made a few bucks on that trade. That's not bad. Not bad tick scalping, that's for sure. Unfortunately, that one came on right before we did, about a half hour. So all we can do is trade when we're on. That's basically all we can do, and that's what we're doing here. So watching relatively closely here. Let's go to U.S. oil and maybe look at a Fibonacci scalping opportunity. Something like this. Spike low to a spike high on a 30-minute chart. I love this trade. 71.39 would be sort of the area where I'd be looking to scalp. If, in fact, you did get a late-day sell-off here in WTI, we're up about 3%. So if you were going to go U.S. oil, it would be real simple. It would be a limit buy order, and we're going to look at something like a 10 ticks for 10 ticks. I think that's a pretty good scalp there. So we go ahead and buy that. And why is that? You got to make sure that you're doing this in a real structured fashion. So right there, I want a limit order. I want to take profit and a stop loss, and I want that down right around 71.40. That's going to be my buy. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the queue, and we're going to be right down there waiting. So remember, you always want to make sure that you're as precise as possible, especially when you're tick scalping. All right, let's go ahead and have a look at our NASDAQ futures. Now remember, once you lose a trade, according to the Piranha, you've got to go to the other side of the Bollinger. So right now, we're still looking at our buy, and you're going to want to move these around a little bit, something like this. That would be your next trade. It would be a buy. Remember, when you lose, you're looking to buy the other side, especially if you're going to adhere to the Piranha strategy sort of religiously to the T. Remember that if you drop the ball and you miss trades, you're not going to be in very good shape over the long haul. You've got to hit trades. There was our winner right there. Lost that trade, won that trade, and we instead of taking it and being even right now, we're now sort of in trouble. We're down 2 trades. You know, if you're going to make 25 more trades, that's fine, but you don't want to go too far in the hole. At least I don't. I always want to stay. I want to trade to the green. I want to be in bullish territory with my account as much as possible. That's what tick scalping is all about right there. So we're watching that closely here. Let's go back over to our Euro USD and see if we got our crossover yet. Not quite yet. Not quite yet. We're definitely near overbought territory, oversold territory. So we're going to be looking to get in there and potentially see if we can't get a buy. I just don't really know if we're going to get it in the next couple minutes. We could sit here and watch it, but it's like watching paint dry. And it looks like the trend here in this Euro USD is down a bit. We're seeing the DXY get a bit of a rally. So maybe not. Maybe we're going to be out of it a little bit here in the Euro USD. Tough to say. Let's go ahead and take a look at maybe the dollar yen. That might be another candidate that we could get in on. Okay, right here, you can see that the trade's already come our way. Right there, your RSI was oversold. All right, oversold on a 1-minute chart here. Oversold territory. That was a signal for us to be looking for our buy. And right there was our crossover. So we bought right in here, and then we crossed back over. So you've got a couple of options trade management-wise. Number one, as soon as this market crossed back over, you could have stopped yourself out. You'd have got a little bit of a profit there. Not a big one, but somewhere in there, maybe. Nah, you probably would have been about break even, something like that, or lost a little bit. But right there, you sort of have to exit and look for your next entry. So dollar yen, I'm not really seeing much there that excites me. Let's go ahead and see if we can pull another futures contract and maybe get a trade going on this 1-minute time frame. Okay, this is sort of a challenge right here. You can see this E-mini S&P 500. You're in overbought territory right there with your RSI. That's a signal to sell. So we're still sort of waiting on our sell order. We just got to get the crossover. So as soon as we get this crossover, if in fact we get it right here, about 10 seconds, it looks like we're going to get it. We're going to be looking to sell at market. We're going to go ahead and sell it. We're looking for just a very small number of ticks. And we also want our stop loss has to be, okay, right there. Did we get it? Hasn't crossed over just yet. We're still waiting. But you've got to get that 20 to cross over, or excuse me, the 9 to cross over the 20 or under the 20. And then we can look at getting into that to the short. Once again, very, very difficult to get these setups in real time all day long. So I was hoping to execute more trades than we've executed. But right now we're still waiting for that crossover there. If we do get it, 9 crosses the 20, we look to sell the market and see if we can't make a few bucks. Something like an 8, I think that's a little bit much for the E-mini. I'd be looking probably for a 4. It just doesn't move quite like the NASDAQ does. The NASDAQ definitely is a much bigger type of a contract. So, or more volatility, I guess. Those ranges, those tight ranges are definitely bigger. So we're watching here. Should we still be on our sell? Yeah, we're right there. We were in overbought territory, so we're looking to sell this market. But right now, it's just not really cooperating with us. And you can see the 9 has to go. The 9 has to go beneath this 20, or we don't get in. C'est la vie. That's what you got to do. You got to wait. They pay us to wait. They don't pay us to trade. Let's give that another minute or so to simmer. Right here, you can see that our NASDAQ trade is coming into view, I would say. All we need is a real short-term retracement, something like this. Risk 120 to win 120, somewhere in there. See if we can't get on the board with a winning trade. We need one, I'll tell you that. Something like this. I like it. I definitely like it, but do we get it? Do we get our number? Hard to say. Would I recommend scalping 2 or 3 markets at one time? If you're going to use long-term anchor points, yeah, you can. I do. But these short-term strategies, watching a 1-minute chart, you're probably going to have to focus on one market. So right here's going to be our buy right down at this lower Bollinger Band. We're going to make sure that we try to be as accurate as we can with it. Something like this. Something like that. We'll have a look here. Let me see, Gibson. This is fast and furious. You blink and an entry position is gone. That's 100%. If you're gonna be a scalper, you've got to be fast. There's no two ways about it. If you're a beginning trader, I do not recommend it. Even though we're only taking $100 shots here, $100 shots at the market, you miss too much. And when you miss trades and you miss entries, you get on the wrong side of business. And that's not good. You want to always be trading to the green. And in order to do that, you've got to have good executions, you've got to have good entries, and you've got to have a good strategy. Now, would I vouch for an NQ 1-minute strategy here, trading the Piranha on the NASDAQ futures? I would say you would need to do some back testing, and you would need to figure out which time of day the market is more than likely going to move sideways. Like right now, we're moving sideways. This should be a decent strategy to be trading the NASDAQ. The only question that I would have about my game plan is my stop loss and profit targets, are those conducive to success? Meaning, am I playing this way too tight or am I playing it too loose? And that's something that you would really have to do a little back testing with. So let's go ahead and put that stop loss right there. And once again, we're trying to get our entry. We've got our buy limit order down. It looks like it's going to come our way. We just got to wait and see if, in fact, we do get elected here. Coming our way. Well, it needs to. 30 seconds left. Would love to get short right, or excuse me, get long right here and see if we can't get a winning trade. Maybe make a few bucks before we sign off. That'll be good. Oh, for our last two, and we missed a winner. That's the difference. That's the difference between winning at scalping and losing. Precision matters. When our big position trade that we sort of showed you on that gold market, precision doesn't matter as much. Precision matters doing this. All right, right here. It looks like we're going to get elected. Something like that. See if we can't get a trade going here. Price just sort of meandering in the middle of our Bollinger Bands. It's frustrating. I know it's frustrating. This is why a lot of guys, men and women, professional traders, don't scalp. It's too hard. Now, one thing you could do is you could automate something. If you're a programmer, have a programming background, you could automate a strategy where you track those Bollinger Bands and you're always updating your orders. The problem with that is you'd have to really do some serious coding to get those orders on the market and pulled and then modified. It could be a real chore, but listen, there's a lot of AI tools out there that could really help you in this regards. And it doesn't look like we're going to get it. I thought we were going to get that one right there. Let's go back over to our E-mini S&P, and you can see we didn't get our crossover there either. So, doesn't look like it's going to come our way. U.S. oil, 30-minute scalp right there. Yeah, I'd be looking at 71.40s. That'd be a pretty good area to do just that. So it doesn't look like we're going to get our trade, and we've sort of been with it for a while. We could keep moving it. As these Bollinger Bands tighten, theoretically, we're going to be getting long at some point. It just looks to me like it's not going to cooperate with our time frames here today. That's unfortunate. I was hoping to get one more trade in. I'm not real big on losing. I don't like losing, but now there you go. The market went away from us, and that's pretty much going to be a wrap for us. All right, guys, a couple of things I do want to touch on. We were asked about WTI crude oil. I want to show you that. This right here is going pretty well. 5-minute chart, gold 5-minute chart. It's going pretty well. Remember, our trade idea that we put out was at 27.50-ish, 27.45 to 47.50 shorts. 45 looks pretty good to me, and we're coming off, and this thing's officially in the money. So I'm looking sort of for a bigger type of a sell-off here later in the day. As far as our gold trade, we've still got our limit orders up there at our range number, so that doesn't look like it's going to come our way today. But this right here, this could be the beginning of something pretty good. And remember, our profit target, this was a big trade. You're either looking for a $10 payoff here or 20, so you're going to have to probably stick with this one for a day or so. I would be surprised if it went down and filled us up today, but it may. But it just may. All right, one last question for WTI crude oil. Once again, that would be my outlook here for late in the day. As far as what you want to be doing here with regards to reading this market and trading crude oil. So my approach to this, if I was tick scalping, is I would have crude. Well, I'm going to tell you what I did. Crude oil, E-mini S&P 500 futures, and then also the gold futures. I've got my range numbers and my Fibonacci's, my long-term anchor points, and on each one of those, they're horizontally laid out on my charts, like my key levels. Do that on 3 markets, and I'm looking to trade, take small ticks, or even sometimes big ticks, but basically small ticks on those numbers, and that's what's going to get us into the market and really give us an opportunity to trade maybe 3 or 4 different markets and still generate, that 20 trades a week that I'm looking for. I'm looking for 15 to 20 a week. Any more than that, you really find yourself almost over trading. At least I do. But if you're tick scalping, you're going to make 20 trades a day, 25 trades a day. So you definitely want to be careful there. Let me see right there. Universal, how much deposit do you recommend to start trading gold, minimum and max? I can't really give you financial advice, Universal. I would say only trade what you can afford to lose. But you're also going to have to deposit enough to where your people, your brokerages, can actually service the leverage on your gold account. So a lot of times they want a little bit more money from you. I think you could make a horse race out of it with a few $1,000, but you need to be conservative. I don't want anybody running in there saying Shane told me to put 20 grand in an account. I don't want anybody saying that because you can only trade what you can afford to lose. In any case, that right there, this is panning out to be pretty good stuff. I think we're going to be in decent shape. We sort of outlined that level on the 5-minute for you. 27.43 was sort of our bounce level, and we got a little bit of a bounce scalp there. But I think this gold market's going to come way off. We just got to wait and see what happens here. But pretty good stuff right here. We're seeing signs that gold market's becoming a bit overbought, and I think we can definitely build a case that we're going to come off a little bit. We just got to wait and see how it goes. All right, our U.S. oil scalp, U.S. oil, I don't think we're going to get that 40 today. Maybe. But in any case, up here, 62%, 73.14 is a good sell. 74.49 is a great sell. If you wanted to trade right now this minute, I would recommend I'd probably be recommending looking to the long side of this thing, looking to bid potentially 71.25 is probably a pretty good bid, but somewhere right in there, maybe 70.50. It's probably a pretty good bid as well. A lot going on there. Got the reversal from 27.46. Well done. I mean, you're already up $1, so you may have made enough money to make it go. But right in there, these Fibonacci's work. That's how I like to tick scalp. Maybe we'll do that another time, but you can definitely see that bounce right there. That was pretty good stuff. All right, let's go to our NQ. Yeah, we never did get our buy there. And as far as our E-mini S&P 500, we're up and away. So there you have it. Rotational day for U.S. stocks. But we're starting to see a little bit upward trajectory there. All right, everybody, I want to thank you for joining me today. Ran a little bit long, didn't get the number of trades I was looking for. As far as, remember, the E-mini NASDAQ 1-minute chart, I'm showing you that so it shows you exactly what it's going to take to be a tick scalper. All right, if you do adapt your trading to that time frame and that, understand that you got to be diligent, don't miss your trades, and also do some back testing. Build your own strategy around that. I've always said you can adapt the piranha. Look at this. This is exploding. This E-mini's really rocking north. You can do these things. You can adapt the piranha. You can adapt the pendulum. Do some back testing first before you decide to get in there and trade. All right, tomorrow's going to be a little bit different. Connor's going to be back looking at Tesla, Amazon, and gold. You probably want to do that. We're going to be looking at strategies for the 5-minute chart. We're going to do some live Bollinger W trading, so we'll be looking for markets that are in the negative and see if we can pick some double bottoms. That's going to be based on your 5-minute chart, so if you had questions about that, how to trade a 5-minute, we'll go through there. We'll see if we can find a market that's selling off and then see if we can target a Bollinger W and get in there and maybe make a trade or two. Thank you, Shane. Whew. Yeah, no, scalping's hard, guys. If you're a beginner, I don't recommend it. Everybody wants to do it, though, because it doesn't take much money to do. But you've got to pull the trigger over and over and over and over and over again. You got to get good fills. You got to have low commissions. Focus on deep markets. Focus on markets where there's very little slippage. That's what you want. That's what you want if you're going to scalp. We're going to do more of this stuff in the future, but we'll just wait and see what anything comes our way. All right, everybody, I'm signing off for now. Good to see you, Dibble. Good to see you, BC, Mark Corp, everybody in YouTube land. Thanks for dropping by. Drop by tomorrow, and we'll do some more of this stuff. Trade the action well, and we'll talk soon. See you.